Hey y'all! So the controversy continues in today where we talk and debate about asexuality and the LGBTQ. Alright, so asexuality, is it part of the LGBTQ community? Is it not? What does everybody think? Well, I've mentioned in past episodes on my YouTube channel, past videos, that when I came out, I decided I wanted to support the LGBTQ community a whole lot more, and I definitely feel like I'm part of the LGBTQ community. I've been in parades, I felt supported, I've set up a Facebook page about it. I think it's been great. Now, it should be noted that not all LGBTQs have blindly accepted asexuality. There's the group known as, I can't even say their name, F-Hate, FCKH8. Quite a while back, they made a post on one of their blogs and that, stating that they wanted to know what asexuality was, which is pretty understandable. But then they followed it with, "We want to know what asexuality is because it sounds like a fad to us. We think you guys are just whining for the sake of it. You guys just seem to want to be oppressed. You are all liars. How about you try to prove us wrong? You're just trying to steal our community." And it just went on and on and on like this. It was just, please explain yourselves because we all think you're a bunch of lying scumbags. That was it. And it went on and on. One of the longest rants on anything, and one of the most hateful rants on anything. And that group definitely lost a couple of fans over that. But you know what? This shouldn't really be surprising to anyone or shocking or baffling, because the LGBTQ, it's just people. It's a whole bunch of people from a whole bunch of aspects of humanity who have never worked together before, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, they have to work together. Just because. You got gay, you got transsexual, you got bisexual, you got pan. All these groups are just bumping into each other for the first time, and now they all got to work together. And because of that, because of all those different perspectives colliding, there's going to be some explosions. Asexuality isn't the only one that's gotten the shaft. Bis, I've heard a lot of complaints about bisexual racer. I've heard a lot of complaints about pansexual racer. I've heard a lot of complaints about people mixing up pan and bi. There's always going to be strife in complex, massive communities like this. There's always going to be strife in humanity in general. But I think when it comes right down to it, the LGBTQ and the asexual community are both fighting for similar causes. The LGBTQ is kind of trying to stop discrimination and spread acceptance, and we're kind of just trying to spread awareness in general. And we hit the bigger discrimination. Hopefully we can avoid some of it. We'll of course be trying to fight that too. But yeah, hopefully as we get better known, we get better accepted, and hopefully it doesn't become other internal war, as it were. But it should also be noted that asexuality hasn't always been the most accepting of the LGBTQ. There is what's called asexual elitism. And asexual elitism means that you're ace, but you feel anyone else that has a high sex drive or is into some kind of kinky thing like SM, you think they don't count as asexual. And it's not something I've come across, but it's something you hear stories about. And of course, a group like this that's not going to count 95% of asexuals as asexual is going to be a bit abrasive and is going to be hated a little bit, and rightfully so. Like, they don't sound like very nice guys. And I wouldn't imagine such a group would be too accepting of the LGBTQ. So it can go both ways. It really can. It really can just go both ways. So we have to keep that in mind, and we have to keep in mind that we're all just people. And if you have a bad experience, you can't use that to judge a whole community. You got unfortunately do your research. So I still am big supporter of the LGBTQ, and I feel like I'm LGBTQ, and I've seen so much support in some LGBTQ sites and communities that I really can't fight it. I just feel supported myself. But this is debate central, this is controversy central, so how does everybody else feel? Is the LGBTQ really accepting of asexuality? Are we our own thing? I'm not sure what you think. So the debate goes on. Join me tomorrow where I talk some more.